Right, let me put you guys on game real quick, because if you're posting content and you're not seeing the right kind of engagement or seeing the sales that you first anticipated, then this video is for you. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind of a Young Entrepreneur. Today we're going to talk about something really important and something that I tend to forget myself, and that is you are either extremely boring or you look like every other guru that's out there, and that is why you're not getting sales and getting like the kind of engagement that you wanted. And what I mean by this is that we need to give people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. Because if we are giving what people need to hear, people won't listen, because they will just reject it. Even if it's the best bit and it's the thing that's helped us, they won't consume it because it sounds too boring. Or there's a middle part here, but if you only talk about the things that they want to hear, so let's take an example. Example would be if you're only talking about AI, and then let's say there goes 2 years and another thing just booms and you talk about that. You're shifting your message over and over again, and people won't really know what you're standing for, or like your core thing, your one thing that you're teaching people. So we need to have a good balance here. Because again, if you are only talking about what they need to hear, they won't listen because they won't consume it. And to really drive this home, I want to give you this analogy. Take, for example, if you have a little child and you want to make them consume vitamins, like they need to have vitamins in their system in order to be happy and like just be a kid and be healthy and stuff like that. You see, the whole medical industry, they are not forcing these kids to eat pills. They are now like making vitamin gummies because that is what they want to consume. Like they want to feel like it's Friday every day, and they will enjoy eating gummy worms, but they're still getting the vitamins instead of just eating candy and gummy. So that is basically what you want to do yourself. So for example, my case, I'm talking about how you can improve your message, and talking about message and how people have a message that they like have a tribe they're called to serve. Basically like Russell Brunson, but like I really focus on message and copywriting. But if I only talk about message and copywriting, people won't consume it because it's too freaking boring, even though that is the thing that's moving the needle for them. So that is why we want to wrap it into something that they love consuming. Like these people, we want to see who is my dream customer. What does these people love to consume? What does these people like where they're congregating and what are they talking about? And then we want to like step into that flow and position ourselves in what they're talking about, and then pivot it into the thing that will help them. So first we have you can see this, we are packaging what they want to hear, or like we are packaging what they need to hear and what they want to hear. And that is basically the same thing the medical industry is doing with the gummy worms or vitamin gummies. So next time you're creating content, I don't want you to talk about the thing that you talk about in your offers, because that will just bore people to death. You'll be too boring. You won't get the engagement that you wanted. But if you're only talking about AI and not having your own spin on it and the core message that you are forcing through, and like being clear on that one message that is the backbone of your business, you'll just blend in like every other guru. So next time, find out what is the core thing I'm helping people with, and get clear on that message and only talk about that message. And then see, whenever there comes a trend, how can I package it, like my core message, into this new trend. So for example, this new AI trend, what I could do is that, how can I talk about creating a powerful message in the era of AI? And that is basically what we're doing here. We are packaging vitamins into gummy worms. And whenever you understand this and not just bore people with your technobabble and talk all day about what you're doing and what they need to do, they won't listen. It's just like they will shut off their ears. But if you package it in the right way, they love to consume, and a topic they are passionate about or think they need to do, and then you pivot and help them serve in the back end. That's when you'll change a life, a human life. And basically, when you do this, create your content, that's your bait, that is what people want to hear. And when you come in, you create a relationship with them, we are in the back end. And that's why when you can start to really reveal the truth, and serve them what they need to hear, because then they are more mature in some way. Again, this is not to clickbait people or trick people and doing false claims that it's easier than it actually is. No, we just want to serve, package what they need to hear in what they want to hear. And that is nothing to do with, it sounds fake when I'm saying this, but it has to be ethically. And by me going and saying how you can create a powerful message and leverage AI to do that, that will be the most powerful cocktail, because this is a topic that my dream customers are talking about and thinking about and focusing on. And when I can pivot my core message, the thing that I have so passionate about, and the thing that I am using to cut through the noise of the market, and that I know will help people, and when I can package it in some way that they want to consume it, or a thing they want to consume, and pivot people's mindset, then I become more prolific, and there not be I'll not just blend into all the other gurus who's talking about AI. I'll not be boring because I'm talking about my thing. And you see how this is working. You are picking things up, and that's how whenever people they're saying I need to do this new thing or this new thing, it's not how it works, because whenever you package your thing that people want to consume, that is when you got the leverage. And of course, you can leverage AI with your message, and I will show that in another video. But whenever you can do this, instead of just techno-babbling upon the thing that you're so passionate about but people can't see, or you're just blending into the noise because you're only talking about AI, and then a few months from now you're talking about this complete new thing, people will get confused or people will get bored. That's two options you have. But if you go in this middle ground and have your clear message, wrap it around a thing they love, a thing that they want to hear, then you got them. And then you can change a life and make money, lots of money. And it's a thing that I tend to forget, but I know it's just such a powerful thing. That is what you see the big guys are doing, like Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, Dan Martell, Iman Gadzhi. They are hooking you in by saying they have this new AI model, and then they show you the core thing afterwards, and they change your mind in the back end, and really goes on. That's where the real thing happens. And you can use this in both ethical and unethical ways, but when you're doing it the ethical way, you'll change people's lives for the better, and you'll know you've made a dent in the world. So that's my spiel on that, how to wrap what people want, what people needs to hear in what they want to hear. So use this wisely, and I'll bet you that you will stop being boring, and you will stop being just another guru in the crowd. So on that note, I will see you guys tomorrow to another episode of Inside the Mind of a Young Entrepreneur. Peace out, take care, bye.